Welcome back to another video with Team Olympus. Today we're going to do a quick overview of the new Set 2 DBS card game trailer, and there was quite a bit of stuff revealed to us in that trailer, so we're going to go from there and just go over all the cards that were revealed, because we went over, looked at the stills and looked at all their effects as best as we could, and we're really excited for this set now. So if you want to go ahead and kick it off and talk about aweseom and Dabura.
Alright, yeah, so let's go ahead and get the boring one out of the way because we couldn't read it. Dabura. Only thing we really know about it is it's a 2000 and it's a 3-cost. We couldn't really read the effect. It's really tough to say what exactly it'll do. If I remember right, it was some sort of auto ability. So there's like a million things it could be.
Yeah.
But the more interesting one is Bobbity. So, first of all, he's a 10k for 6, which, first glance seems kind of bad. But then you look at his ability and realize he's a Vados on steroids. Because when it's played, you look at the top 7 cards and you choose 2 with a power of up to 2,000, of 25,000, and you can play them for free. It's Bewitching Vados, but kind of dumber, honestly.
Yeah.
It's going to give red decks a bit more variety in how they can play. It's no longer just rush or control. They can now do this, like, kind of mid-game nonsense, which is just really going to help them overall, I feel. And it's... honestly, Bobby's going to be a stupid card in, like, any red deck. I don't know if he's a staple, but if you can fit him in and he works, he's dumb.
Yeah, especially if you're running multiple copies of Revived Boo or something like that.
I mean, Revived
Boo. Champa. Like, isn't Champa 25?
Yeah, you're going to want stuff more like Champa.
Yeah.
You don't really want Revived Majin Buu.
Unless you're running...
we'll explain in a minute.
Unless you're running the Sealed Ball.
Actually, let's go ahead and explain what Revived Majin Buu. So he is a 20,000, 10 cost.
Yeah.
He's a 10 cost for that.
Yeah.
But he has Double Strike, and if it's played with the Majin Buu's Sealed Ball ability, then you inflict 1 damage to your opponent's life. Now, we didn't actually see what Sealed Ball does, what it costs. We've only seen 2 cards related to it, and those were Majin Buu Revived and then Ultimate Evil Dark Prince Vegeta, or Majin Vegeta, basically.
Yeah.
And so we're not exactly sure how it's going to work, but we imagine that it's going to allow you to play this much earlier than normal. I'm imagining that it lets you summon a Majin Buu for using the cards that are placed under the steel ball, because it has some mechanic where you place cards under the ball. So I imagine you do that, and you can use those as energy instead of what you normally have to pay. So, moving on into the other card that is affected by that, we have Ultimate Evil Dark Prince Vegeta, who is a 4-cost, 25,000 double striker, and the main ability for him is that when you KO a battle card with this card, you place cards from the top of your deck under Majin Buu's Sealed Ball until there are 5. So, what I'm kind of imagining is that what it'll do is you can use those 5 and then pay 5 energy to get out Majin Buu, which more fits with what his actual cost is. And because of that, you'll be able to burn 1 energy off of your opponent. So, more kind of burn damage for red, which is always nice. And then finally, for the reds that we could actually make out and see, we have Vegito. Well, one of the Vegitos, probably. There's probably going to be multiple.
Definitely.
But, so, the one we saw, I forget what the full name was, but it's a 25,000, and it's a 7-cost. But it also has the Union Portara, which is basically another evolve mechanic, where you take Son Goku and Vegeta, and it's a 5-cost afterwards. I don't remember if there were any specific colors, because we didn't write them down, but it's 5 energy.
It wasn't. It was colorless.
Just colorless?
Yeah.
Alright, great. So, 5 colorless energy, and then Son Goku and Vegeta, so you're taking off 2, and it's a 5-cost now. It has Triple Strike, and when the card attacks, it gains 5,000 for each Vegeta and Son Goku in your drop area. Vegito is gonna hit hard.
That's really strong. And if you can
Like,
give it
this
like
is-
dual attack or something, that's
Like, this is a way to make your opponent waste all their coercions.
yeah.
All their coercions, energy waves, anything they have that stops an attack outright, they're gonna have to waste it on this. Otherwise, like, you can't combo high enough to do this and still have a hand afterwards.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it for the reds. Going on to the blues, there were a few blues that we couldn't really make out the abilities on. Vegeta, the Proud Father, he's a 15,003 cost, and we saw that it was probably going to be some sort of KO ability from what we could make out, but we couldn't exactly tell what the stipulations were going to be for that. Then we have Trunks, Creator of the Future, and I couldn't make out the ability on that at all.
Giant blue text kind of blocking out the whole ability. But we know he exists.
And he's a 3 cost, so that's always nice. And then Mighty Attacks on Goku is just...
Assailant Vegeta.
It's Assailant Vegeta with Goku's name on it.
Yep. Which
Actually.
is not a bad thing. Especially with the Vegito deck coming around. Like, having both of that on there is going to be really strong, because now you've got 2 criticals in that key spot. Just to further keep pressure on with Vegito. Vegito's going to be, like, really good.
And then you do the Patara and get Vegito out after you've crit them to death. And now you triple strike, and it's dumb.
Yeah. Vegeto's going to be really tough to deal with.
Yeah. Next is Zamasu, the Invincible, 15,004 cost. It's got Indestructible, which means it can't die for any reason.
These ones were already kind of shown a little bit, but it's nice to see them again just to show, hey, nothing's really changed about this.
Yeah. But that means he can't be destroyed by effects or battle or anything, and he doesn't leave the battle area, so that's really good. And then also, if your leader is Zamasu or Goku Black, the cost to play it is reduced by 1, so if you're playing it probably in the deck you should be, it's a 3 cost, 15,000, that's indestructible, so that's really good. And then Warrior of the Gods Goku Black is a 2 cost, and we didn't get to see his power in the video, unfortunately, but I'm assuming it's about 10,000 probably. And then if Zamasu's in your battle area, he gets indestructible as well, so 2 indestructible cards, and it's really good.
It was 10,000. We've seen that card before too, remember?
It's been a while.
Alright.
But
now the big one is Infinite Force Fuse Zamasu. So 30k, and he's a 10 cost. But he has the Union Patara, which again is just basically the evolve mechanic used again, but with multiple cards this time. And so he'll take a Goku Black and a Zamasu, obviously. And what he'll do, and then after that he'll be 3 blues and then 4 regulars, so he'll be a 7 cost. And the dumb thing about him is his ability.
Yep.
So when you attack with him, you choose 1 card from your opponent's battle area, energy, life, and hand, and replace them on the bottom of your deck. So it's a slower moving but more consistent Beerus.
Yeah.
So it doesn't just immediately wipe their whole board, but it is guaranteed to wipe out 1 battle card, 1 energy card, 1 card from their hand, and you're going to deal 1 damage no matter what they do.
Yeah,
he's going to be strong.
Even if they block it, you're still taking 1 from their life and putting it.
And there is no way for them to get rid of this because it's indestructible.
Yeah.
Once this card's out, game's over, unless they can kill you in between turns.
Pretty much, yeah. Next, we've got Green. We've got all the androids from 16 to 20. Let's get started with 19 and 20. 19, we just saw that it was a 2 cost. We didn't see any power or anything. I couldn't read the ability. And then Android 20, the creator, 10,000, 2 cost. Couldn't read the ability again.
Looked like it had something to do with drawing cards, though.
Yeah. But what's really dumb is 16 through 18. In our notes, I didn't even put the abilities for 17 and 18 because they're so dumb. Oh, also, there are Cell Juniors that are 3 cost 10,000 with some sort of ability.
Yeah, we couldn't read those. Those were like in the corner, super small.
Yeah.
It was hard to read those, but...
Back to 17 and 18. They're both 15,003 costs that take 1 green and 2 colorless to get out. And their abilities are, when 1 attacks, you can discard a card from your hand and activate the other one. So
Wait,
you attack.
which two did you just say?
17 and 18.
Okay.
I may have said 16 and 17. But, well, 17 and 18, they're both 15,003 cost. And when one attacks, you drop a card, and then you activate the other one. So you attack with one, then you attack with the other, drop a card, reactivate, then attack, drop a card, and reactivate. So you're getting 4 attacks just for dropping 2 cards. So if you really need that, it's really good. And then also if you add on Champa to that, where it's double strike, that's just really stupid.
I mean, that's a heavy cost to do all that, but
that's
some really
if you know that you can get over it, then yeah. And then Android 16, 15,003 cost, blocker and revenge, so automatically just really good. And then when he knocks out an opponent's card, you switch him to active mode, so he basically is just going to attack everything as long as he's continuing to KO stuff, and that's really good. And then when he's done KOing, he's back to active to block next turn, and he's got revenge. So, really dumb card, and I really like it. I'm really liking this whole set so far. Yellow is probably the one that we saw the least from, in terms of we didn't see many of their abilities, but
so we had the like Warlord Armored Squadron. That was like half of the cards right there.
Mm-hmm.
So we had stuff like Dor, Salza, Knees, and they all seem to revolve around kind of reviving the others by sacrificing themselves. So they all of them besides Knees, I think, had the ability where if one of them died, to where if you had one out, you could remove it from the game, and that would allow you to bring in another one from your drop zone back into play. So it could be interesting. It really depends on how it gets done and how you can go about doing it. Yeah. Because the only problem right now is that like you're playing a 4 cost to refresh a 3 cost. It can work. It can be interesting. It's really just we have to see more of the deck, more of the cards for the deck, and how that'll work. Because it'll be really interesting if we can get it to work correctly. Yeah. And then there was a pivotal defense Cyclonian. He was a blocker. We couldn't really make out the rest of what he did, though, or what he costed. Yeah. He was kind of in the corner. But that's just more of the Revenge of Cooler, Mecha Cooler stuff. Yeah. So then we have the Awakening Core Meta Cooler, which...
This card's dumb.
This is going to be a staple in Yellow. This is the card Yellow needed this last set, but they're finally going to get this set. It's a way for them to awaken that, like... Because, like, Yellow's the only one that didn't really have a way to, like, harm themselves with their battle cards. They had Ginyu as a leader card, but they didn't really have any battle cards that damaged themselves so then they could awaken and not be stalled out. But with Awakening Core Meta Cooler, they'll actually have a way to kind of do this. So he's a 5 cost with Evolve. So obviously he'll be able to evolve on top of either Meta Coolers or Coolers in general. It's tough to say. So on top of Meta Coolers?
Yeah.
Okay. You really should have been more detailed. Anyways... So if your opponent is at 4 or less life, you get to awaken. So you just get your opponent down, and you get to awaken no matter what you're at. So your opponent can't really stall you out anymore as long as you have this in your deck. This is going to be a staple in Yellows. Like, there's no doubt. You need this card.
And then what even makes them dumber is all Meta Cooler cards gain plus 5,000. So, yeah.
Are we reading the same thing?
Nope, they gain double strike, not plus 5,000. Which, honestly, that's better.
Why are you dumb? Anyways, so that is actually all for the specific colors that we had for the main like kind of focuses of the set. So Majin Buu for red, Cooler for yellow. Mm-hmm. So now moving on to the 2 cards that are from the current arc of the anime universe survival arc. First up we have Jiren, who we can't actually see what rarity he's going to be, but the card art tells us basically he's going to be an SR. So he's a 20,000 4 cost with Double Strike and Precision. And then once per turn, when this card attacks a battle card, it get switch to active mode and it gains 10,000. So literally the best way to play this card is kill off like what will probably be one of their level 1s, because they're sure to have it. Have a level 1 out in the early game. And this is like mid-game card. And they'll probably still have those level 1s out. So you use that and you attack some battle card. And you get over that, and you win. And then from there you go and you attack their leader with that plus 10. So now, turn 4, you're attacking with a 30k. With Double Strike. It's kind of dumb. He's going to be good. I don't know if he'll be a staple in every red deck, but for like aggro decks, he's definitely going to be something you want to like make room for, because he's just really good, and he'll just bring like a lot of hitting power to the field. So, and then now we have the green card that they showed, which was Kale, Raging Kale, in case they ever come out with like her base form or something, but it's her Ultimate Super Saiyan 1, Legendary Super Saiyan. So she's a 4-cost as well. She's 20k as well. Her ability is that when you play this card, you choose up to one of your battle cards, and you KO it. So you have to give something up on your side of the field, which, you know, it's green. You're going to have a lot of low-cost ones probably anyways, so it won't affect you that bad. And then you choose any number of your opponent's battle cards would cost 5 or less and KO them. So this is, there's already kind of some cards like this, but not in green. So it really helps just getting a board wipe going of like weak ones, where you can use it to kill one strong enemy in the mid game. And then it also had a draw ability, but that was kind of blocked out to us, so we couldn't really tell.
Yeah.
But it seemed to be affected by having certain cards or a certain amount of cards in your hand.
Yeah. And then also there was one card that I did forget to put in the notes, the new Golden Frieza. That's blue.
Yes.
I think it was like a 6-cost or something, 5 or 6. But anyway, we'll put pictures of that in the video for you to look at. But it was pretty strong. I just don't have it on the top of my head or in our notes because I'm smart and I forgot. So that's it for this discussion. We're really excited for this set. We are going to be getting a case of this and splitting it with someone that's already been arranged and taken care of. So we're going to pretty much have every card in the set. We're going to be able to build any deck we want.
Once again. Oh yeah, that's another thing. It's 127 cards again.
Yeah.
And we didn't even mention most of the cards that were in like that huge, like, I don't know, 20-card display that they had towards the end of the video.
Probably more than that. Like, it showed 5-cost androids and some of the 3s.
There was some 5-cost androids. There was a Super Saiyan 3 Goku that wasn't the promo.
Yeah.
And he wasn't able to be killed by card effects, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting. This also means that like the situation about promos still isn't confirmed. We don't know whether they're going to be reprinted or not still as of this point in a set. Like, we don't know if that stupid Super Saiyan 3 from the tournament pack is going to be printed in this set. We think it's still at the point where we think it will, but it's really tough to say because it's weird that they didn't show it in that like big display then, if that was the case.
They might not have shown it because it would have dropped prices immensely.
True. But they don't want you to sell it in the first place.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when the set comes out November 3rd. Hopefully we'll get ours early from a distributor or something. Maybe. We don't know. But if you guys are excited for this set, slap that like button and feel free to comment what you're excited for specifically from this set. And if you feel like it, support us on Patreon, help us buy even more cases. We'll do openings for you and then do giveaways of stuff in those cases to the people on Patreon, because that's what we want to do. And we'll see you guys in the next video.